Hello everyone, welcome back to another Minifigure Monday. Today we're going to be looking at a special character. This is the Mandalorian from, obviously, the TV series, The Mandalorian. And it's going to be pretty awesome. I've been wanting to get this figure for a while. I finally have it, and you may notice that, that this is actually the original costume of the Mandalorian, not the Beskar armor. But the Beskar armor is coming in a recent set, or it's already in a new set, The Trouble on Tatooine. So that's a thing. And this is his original outfit. And this particular copy of The Mandalorian, for me, comes from 75292, the Razor Crest, which is Mando's ship. And it's a bigger set, was released last year. And it's awesome. And let's get started talking about this figure. And I'm also going to be comparing him to another character, as well as another kind of small character. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. I promise this won't be like 20 minutes long. I'm gonna try to keep it shorter. But this is the Mandalorian, and I'm sure you all know that his real name is Din Djarin at this point. But when the series first premiered, this is what he looked like. This is basically his outfit from the first 2 episodes, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and the beginning of Chapter 3. So it's basically his beginning outfit when he was first starting out as a bounty hunter. And he's awesome. This figure's awesome. He actually comes in 2 sets. You can get him in 2 different ways. You can either get him from the Razor Crest, which is $130 US, or you can get him from the AT-ST Raider, which is $50 US. So you can pay either half of that to get a Walker and Mando and some other figures, or you can pay $130 and get his ship and some other characters as well. So you got two options there. And starting, from now on, we're going to be getting the Beskar Mandalorian from now on. So this is kind of a cool figure. He's a cool variant, and definitely, this is a bit of a hot take. I actually prefer this version of Mandalorian compared to the Beskar armor version. I prefer the suit in the show and this minifigure version. I just like it a little bit better. It speaks to me a little more. It's more Western, it's more classic, more old-fashioned, and it looks really cool. Like he's a gunslinger for hire. Looks super good. I'll start by giving you a 360 view of him. Now his gun is going to get in the way a little bit, but he does have a gray cape. We'll talk about that in a little bit. There is back printing, I'll show that later. But let's talk about his accessory, which is pretty simple. It's basically his, let me see if I can memorize the name here. It's his Amban Phase Pulse Amban Pulse Disintegration Phase Rifle. Okay, sorry, let me redo that again, one more time. The Amban Disintegration Phase Pulse Rifle, and it's kind of a mouthful. It comes from, actually the inspiration for this weapon is from the holiday special back in '79, I believe. And that special was terrible. The only good thing was Boba Fett's introduction, and he was carrying this weapon. And it's basically it's basically a brick-built version, so it's not a molded piece or anything, which is fine. I actually really love and prefer the Lego brick-built guns. Of course, you can make your own. It basically consists of 3 pieces. You've got the regular pistol piece in black. That's the base of it. Then you've got the lightsaber hilt in brown. So that's the longness of it. And you got a mechanical claw piece on the end in black. So it looks good. Obviously, the worst part of this design is that it does not have a stock. Because you can see right here, this little nub at the end. That is really the end of it. There's no stock, which is kind of unfortunate. And something else that's kind of, kind of a disappointment is there's no way to hook it onto his back. You have to get one of those, bracket pieces to put on his neck. But that's his accessory. What's really cool is that Mandalorian can actually hold it in several different ways. For instance, let me take it out of his hand here. You can hold it from here, the base. You can hold it from the stock. This piece right here in the middle, you can hold it from this part. So, Mandalorian can have it like this, if he wanted. So that's a cool look there. You can hold it like that, and it looks really good. I think you can probably make him have it with both hands, but You can experiment with ways to pose him with it. But that's his accessory. He only gets one, which is fine. And he's really nice figure. Really nice figure. I hope you can see the details here. Let me just turn up the brightness a little bit there so you can see it. There we go. And let me compare him to another Mandalorian, which is actually the original Boba Fett. Let me get him into frame here. Get him here. This is Boba Fett from the Slave One 20th Anniversary Edition. So you can see Boba Fett is a lot more detailed, but that's only because he's Boba Fett, a legacy iconic character. You can see Boba Fett is a lot more built up. He's got the rangefinder on his helmet. He's got more details on his helmet. He's got a side cape. He's got a jetpack. He's got a more built-up gun. He does have more printing. Of course, I did an episode on Boba Fett already, so you can check that out. And yeah, this is obviously the Mandalorian is inspired by Boba Fett's design. It's pretty obvious. I mean, Boba Fett was the original Mando, so that's cool. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a comparison, obviously. Boba Fett is a lot more detailed, but it's for reasons. I mean, he's iconic by this point. And Mandalorian, he's pretty awesome. Like I said, he does come in the AT-ST Raider as well, so you can get him there. It's a bit cheaper to get him. Let's talk about his design. It's pretty kind of basic, but also kind of detailed. He does have very detailed torso printing. You can see the details on there. You can see the dirt marks, the scrapes and cuts on his armor there. He got it's a bandolier with some charges there for his rifle on his chest there. He does have a belt with some detailed, very detailed printing, showing some different pouches on his belt. More charges, a tan kind of cloth, like a tan undersuit on there, and he does have a lot of great details. You can see the beginnings of his cape, which continue with his actual cape piece. No arm printing, which is fine. Boba Fett doesn't have it either, which that's fine. He does have gray gloves, and the leg printing is very, very detailed. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let me spin Mando around so you can see his back printing, which his cape hides it. But if I just move his cape like that, you can see the back printing, which is very detailed, surprisingly. He's got the continuation of the bandolier on his back, the continuation of his breastplate armor there on the back plate. You can see a little bit more details, more, beat up scrapes and scratches. Continuation, some more charge packs on his belt there. Cool detail right there. And this detail here is actually what would clip the rifle onto his back in the show. So obviously he doesn't actually come with a piece to clip the rifle, but I just wanted to mention that. And that's his back printing. Very nice. And it's covered by the cape, which, let's discuss the cape here. Actually, this is kind of funny because Boba Fett also has the back printing, which is also covered up by the jetpack. So that's something they share in common, which is cool. And the cape is awesome. It's a new cut, at least it's a newer cut fabric for the Mandalorian Lego line. And this piece also comes in pretty much every set with the Mandalorian. So the AT-ST Raider, the Razor Crest, and the Trouble on Tatooine. And it also comes in the Mandalorian Battle Pack, which I plan to pick up soon. And that's pretty nice. I like that. And basically it's a much more thinner cape on the back. And it is the more papery cloth. So if I do this, you maybe be able to hear the papery material of the cape. Boba Fett's cape is also the same cloth fabric. So it's the same kind of material. And it flips up kind of easily. It's kind of just stuck at the shape, and which is fine. And it's cool that you can angle this in different ways as well. The cape is really nice in that regard. And it's kind of hard to flip up, but it really holds its shape, which is nice. I actually really like the papery cloth capes. But that's his cape. It's really nice and was really needed for this character. I mean, imagine if we didn't get a cape for him. That would be kind of cringe. I mean, don't you think? But that's his cape, and it's really nice. And it comes in Mandalorian Battle Pack in every set with Mando. So it's really nice. You get that cool accessory as well. Makes him more intimidating and more faithful to the show. And his leg printing is very nice. I'll kind of tilt him a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. Leg printing is very nice. He's got mismatched armor plating on his knees there. Got the brown one with some dirt. Got the tan one with some brown dirt. And just some wrinkles in the fabric there. No feet printing, which is fine. That's fine. I don't really mind that. He's got boots on as well. And the continuation is on his hips as well. So that's cool. I like the leg printing. It is a bit basic, but that's how it was kind of in the series. So, yeah, it's good. And let's discuss the most important part of Mandalorian, which is his helmet. And obviously Mandalorians never remove their helmets, at least Din Djarin hardly removes his helmet in the show. I think it's only 3 times in the whole series that he removes his helmet. 2 of those are very brief, and then one of them is very long. Actually, no. The first time was very brief in Season 1. Then in Season 2, we got some more, slightly longer screen time without his helmet. But he is played by Pedro Pascal in The Mandalorian. And the helmet is very nice. It's basically, the helmet piece is not a new piece, but it is a new color and print on it. So it's a gunmetal gray. You can see it's very reflective silver. You may be able to see me in the reflection. But as I turn the helmet around, the figure around as well, you can see it's kind of basic. It's basically just the Mandalorian helmet that we've been getting for several years, ever since 2011, I believe. And Boba Fett wears the same helmet, obviously. He has the same piece, but it's obviously a lot more detailed than Mando's. But that's fine. And it's got the simple T visor on his helmet. Basically, that's his only print. The rest of it is just molded details. That's nice. He does not get a rangefinder or a visor or any other accessory because his helmet is pretty basic in the show. And people were kind of complaining about this being too simple. I think they're just being kind of nitpicky. The helmet is simple in the show, so I don't see why that's a problem. I don't have any problem with it. I think the helmet is fantastic. Obviously, they did change the color of the helmet slightly to bright metallic silver for the Trouble on Tatooine, which I kind of like. And, as I said, I prefer this version of Mando. And the helmet is really awesome. It's very basic, but it's very good looking. And it's very accurate to the show. You can see obviously compared to other Mandalorian figures, this Mando just keeps his helmet pretty basic, which I like that. It's old-fashioned. And you might be able to see a bit of his head, which if you've seen this figure, you know that some people are kind of disappointed by it. I'm not. I'll tell you why in a minute. But if we remove his helmet, which I'll do here for you, let me kind of get him out. You'll see it's just a black head, which doesn't bother me. Now, when The Mandalorian first came out in the AT-ST Raider in 2019, I believe it was later, I believe it was fall 2019, and that set came with this figure, and people were complaining that it was just a black head. Well, obviously, Mandalorian doesn't take his helmet off barely at all in the show, so it doesn't matter that much to me. But here is his helmet. Let me kind of zoom in on that there. You can see it's very basic, but very nice looking. There's the inside there. That's the helmet. Let me just set that down for a moment there. Oh, it rolled away from me. All right, let me focus back on Mandalorian. He does not have a head. That's fine. It's literally just a black head. There's no printing on it, which is fine. I mean, you're never going to have him without his helmet. So, I mean, you could make a custom Pedro Pascal face for Din Djarin. But, I mean, otherwise, I really don't care that there's no face. I mean, maybe sometime, they'll make a set with him with his face in it. That'd be really nice. But until then, I'm pretty satisfied with this this no-face Mandalorian, because obviously, this is the way. They never take their helmets off, so that's fine. And, yeah, there's nothing really to see. It's literally just a black head, and it's pretty blank, which is fine. You just put that helmet back on, and we're good to go. So that's Mandalorian. Hope you enjoyed this Minifig Monday. I really enjoyed it. It was very, very fun to do this figure. Obviously, I prefer this version. I'm going to get a second one of him when I get the AT-ST, because I want to get that set. But what do you think of Mandalorian, this minifig? Do you think this is a really, really awesome figure of him from the first, 3 episodes of the show? Or do you think the new Beskar armor version is better? Let me know. And what'd you think about this Minifig Monday? I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I covered the gun, the cape, the printing, the helmet, everything. So let me know what you thought. And also, I wanted to just show a brief glimpse of the Baby Yoda minifig, so I can give you a little bit of a comparison to how small the baby is. You can see he's very small next to Mando, but obviously Baby Yoda will get his own Minifig Monday. But yeah, I just wanted to show that as well. And let me know what you thought about this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful day. And well, this is the way. I have spoken. I will see you guys next time for another Minifig Monday, and it'll be a great one next Monday, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.